What makes Richmond a great location for us is it's an attractive location to have new hires move to.
It's a lot about the quality of life, the connection with the community.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Wakefield with the Greater Richmond Partnership. Welcome to Richmond Next, a series in partnership with the Richmond Times-Dispatch, where we talk with leaders about shaping what's next for our region. Today's conversation is Richmond on a global stage, how the region competes, attracts, and supports companies operating across international markets. Today, I'm joined by Jeff Wright from Allianz Partners and Reinhard Eberl from Anton Paar. Can you both tell me a little bit about yourselves and the companies that you represent?
I'm Jeff Wright. I'm the CEO of the North American region for Allianz Partners. We primarily sell travel insurance and event ticket protection insurance. We're the largest provider of travel insurance in the world.
I'm Reinhard Eberl. I'm the Executive Director for Anton Paar for the region of the Americas. We are a scientific instrumentation provider, provide instruments to measure physical properties of liquids, but also of solids. And these instruments are primarily used for R&D or for quality control applications.
To get us started, can you tell me what first attracted your companies to the region and then what's kept you here?
Allianz Partners is headquartered here in Richmond, Virginia. Our roots date back to a company called World Access that spun out of Blue Cross Blue Shield a long time ago. When that decision was made, it was a lot about productivity, low cost of living, a strong workforce, a predictable, stable workforce, and it's been pretty stable and growing here in Richmond since then.
What is crucial to us is that we attract a high-level workforce. So that means for us scientists and chemists, physicists, and that's not easy for us to find anywhere in the United States. But what makes Richmond a great location for us is it's an attractive location to have new hires move to. We have a very favorable cost of living below the median of the country. In addition to that, housing is fairly affordable compared to many other places. And quality of life in general is excellent here in Richmond.
When global companies are looking at the U.S., what do you think matters most? And then how do you think Richmond stacks up?
For financial services or corporate headquarters, obviously it's going to be a lot about the workforce, the stability of the workforce, the cost of living, the availability of good universities and schools.
It's also infrastructure. And for us, we import most of our goods from Europe, coming from either Austria, Germany, and Switzerland. And we are able to bring goods door to door within 3 business days. We are also centrally located from a time zone perspective. We have like 2 hours ahead of us is Brazil and Argentina. And on the other side, we have California with only 3 hours behind us.
That's a really good point, the time zone differential. And that is a key reason why oftentimes when we're competing for European clients and South America, that we are the Eastern time zone. And so that puts us ahead of oftentimes our peers who might be either in the middle of the country or toward the Western coast. Mm-hmm. How do you balance being a global company while staying rooted locally?
We try to balance that with really being rooted in the community, whether it's sponsorships with the amphitheater that was just built in Richmond. We love to bring our partners to Richmond, take them out, great restaurants seen here. So I think really balancing that, making sure that it's really important to our employees too. We've got significant, long-tenured employees. They grew up with the company. They care about the community. We give back a lot.
We bring our global standards and our innovative culture approach to those countries. And then we combine this with our local workforce with a very diverse team here in Richmond.
Talk to me a little bit about how geopolitics, supply chains, and global uncertainty are shaping your investment decisions.
We're a global company, and so a lot of the geopolitical stuff happens for us for managing risk around the world. So again, we're taking care of people as they're traveling. When it comes to site selection, I think Richmond is less risky in that there's lower cost of living. The productivity from the workforce is really high. So I'm sure, given all of the uncertainty in the world, companies are looking for some piece of the business that can be stable and certain. And I think Richmond offers that in a lot of ways.
And I love that you shared that because there's a number of insurance companies like Allianz that have chosen to invest here. And so showing that people who mitigate against risk have chosen to invest in this market is a strong bet.
I feel it's not just about efficiency anymore. It's also about resilience.
Mm-hmm. Talk to me about what helps you attract and retain talent here in this market?
I think it's definitely the cost of living. I think it's a great place to live. People are really thinking about where they want to live. Where's the quality of life? Where are the great schools, universities? Where can I get connected to the community? And so that's driving where people live and in terms where they work. So I think, that Richmond offers all of that.
Housing cost is really favorable. If you look at the cost per square foot, Richmond is really attractive to them. So they can afford bigger houses, nicer houses than from the countries they usually move from. In addition to that, commute times. I think all of our employees, or the majority of them, enjoy commute times of 20 to 30 minutes at the most. And that's also not so common for other major metro areas.
And that brings us right into the next question, which is, compared to larger metros, how competitive is Richmond overall, and then for talent as well? So commute time is definitely a big factor. I know that we are taking a mission trip to Washington, D.C., and that's one of the key factors. Our regular commute here is about 25 minutes.
Yeah, I lived in D.C. for 5 years, and it's not just about the commute time.
Yeah.
It's about the driving while you're living time, too. Like in D.C., if you wanted to go to Home Depot on a Saturday, you had to pick the right time. You do not go around lunchtime because it's like a half-day trip. When you think about other ways we're competitive, I think it's the connections to the communities. We talked about connections to the county administrators. I know the airport's a topic that when we're talking with investment here that has pros and cons to it. I'm co-chairing a task force to sponsor more direct flights from Richmond to Europe specifically. And it's a partnership with the city, the surrounding counties, the tourism boards, and a lot of the private companies who call Richmond home to bring more nonstop flights to Richmond. So it's a great example of how we're putting a lot more time and attention together into the airport to make it even a stronger case for the region.
How do both of you think that Richmond's global reputation is evolving?
I've been here for about 23 years, and I think we have made great progress in that area. For advanced manufacturing, basically that's the industry we are in, highly technical, highly complex instrumentation. And if we look into life science or pharma, we are making huge progress.
My experience is with the insurance, and you mentioned this, Richmond is becoming somewhat of a big hub for insurance and banking as well. We're the largest provider of travel insurance in the world, so it's also the travel insurance capital of the world. I didn't know if you knew that, Jen, but another big piece of marketing there.
I will use that.
Yeah. And we've been growing quite a bit. So even with Allianz, Richmond is known as kind of the hub of expertise around travel and travel insurance.
What do you think could strengthen Richmond's position on a global stage?
One of the biggest things is the airport and what we're doing around that. So the task force and getting that minimum revenue guarantee in front of a few airlines to strengthen those nonstop flights. And the Europe would be an awesome connection, that nonstop flight to connecting to Europe, but also I think adding more nonstop flights domestically as well. I think that's probably the biggest things.
I feel like on the international, going to South America, we already have really great connectivity. So Richmond being the hub for the Americas, we have subsidiaries in basically all the countries in South America. And by only one connection, usually being in Atlanta, you can really get into all the major areas, whether it's Sao Paulo, whether it's Buenos Aires or Bogota. So this is really excellent for us.
What would you tell an international company who's considering expanding about choosing Greater Richmond?
It's a lot about the quality of life, the connection with the community, the stable workforce, the productive workforce, cost of living, but also the universities. So we've got major universities within an hour and a half drive of Richmond, some of the world-class universities, and I think so the education system there is built to maintain that high-quality workforce too.
Quality of life for sure. That's very big for us. In addition to that, I would also maybe add on to the universities and community colleges. We have worked with several of them to tailor an apprenticeship program and an internship program, and they have tailored their curriculum to our needs. That is very helpful to us.
Thank you both for joining us. Greater Richmond is competing and winning on a global stage, and we're proud to support the companies that choose to grow here. This is Richmond Next, where our future takes shape.